The scoring champ from the top against Marion. Durant, pull-up jumper, up the rim, and
Limitless range.
This is the Limitless Range podcast. I am your host, Corey Chandler, and I am here today with our producer, Dougie Fresh.
Hey, Merry Christmas, man.
Yeah, no Petey Podlow. He is out with some holiday flu. As always, you can get to us on our website at limitlessrangepodcast.com, or you can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at @1limitlessrange. What's going on, Dougie Fresh?
Hey, just excited for Christmas.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. Right around the corner.
It's pretty much already started for me.
Has it?
Yeah.
We
had Christmas presents with one set of grandparents yesterday.
Jeez.
I got the in-laws today, going up to my dad's tomorrow. Christmas Tuesday. It's like a 5-day ordeal.
Gosh,
I love it.
You got lots of family, man. Heck yeah, that's what the holidays are about,
You
right?
can't have too much family.
Yeah, absolutely not. That's the best, man.
What about you?
That's what's up. Not too much. Got my mother-in-law in town. Excited. Baby's first Christmas this year, so she's still little, so she doesn't really understand what's going on. But it'll be cool. Baby's first Christmas, and then tomorrow we'll head over to my dad's and do a little Christmas Eve with some of my brothers and that side of the family, and then we'll jump over on Christmas Day with kind of the bigger part of my dad's family with a ton of aunts and uncles and grandparents, and we got a crazy amount of cousins and their wives and
setting your fantasy lineup, dude.
Oh, it's already
Christmas
set.
Day game.
It's already set, man. Don't worry about that. So. Yeah, fresh off that loss to you last week, Dougie.
That's right. Hey, I was going to bring that up.
Oh,
hey,
sorry about that. Go ahead.
Get it out of the way.
I'm sure you'll edit it in a way to make you sound good.
Oh, yeah.
So,
kicked your ass, man.
You did.
Not quite.
I'll give you props. Well, I figured, you've been doing a lot of work, helping us get this podcast going and stuff, and so I wanted you to feel a little bit fantasy relevant, so you continue being excited about what we got going on,
right, yeah.
So
I was about ready to quit.
I know you were. So it's a good way to reel you back in.
Well, I appreciate that. It's a Christmas gift.
Exactly. See, always trying to give. We got Pete. I guess it is an NBA podcast, so it's kind of one of those things like NBA players take days off whenever they want. Pete
he's playing for Popovich.
Is that what's going on? I mean, holy smokes! I would have thought the flu. He's more like an MJ would have. Flu game sick, but I guess he's more Kawhi Leonard-esque, or what's going on with this?
Yeah.
So
he must be coming off a back-to-back or something like
that. That's what it was. Yeah, you're probably. Is he recording a podcast with another team,
he
or what's going on?
I guess so.
Man, we're gonna have to check.
He had a road podcast.
Check into that. Yeah, I can see it. But yeah, man, what do we got going on today's show?
Well, of course, we'll do all Christmas theme, right?
Yeah, ho.
We're gonna be taking some time off for the holidays and stuff, but Christmas in the NBA, it's a big deal.
Yeah,
I love it.
Just like Thanksgiving for the NFL, man. Christmas Day for the NBA is awesome.
It's the best.
It's got to be the number one, besides the playoffs, it's got to be the number one viewed NBA day, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's got to be.
That. Yep. Plus, my Lakers always play Christmas Day.
Of course they do.
Great. But you got your team playing on Christmas too?
Yeah, finally. Maybe they finally giving the Blazers a little bit of credit, letting us play on a big day, on a big stage. So that'll be fun.
They even set you up with a shitty opponent.
Yeah. who just beat us the other night, unfortunately.
That's right, yeah.
So
no, the Jazz are coming back too.
Yeah, not too bad. Before we get into the Christmas Day stuff, though, there's some news kind of popping around this week. What do we got going on in the news of the week?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's always tons of news.
Yeah.
We hardly ever, are able to cover everything, but
usually we have Pete in here.
A couple things,
so we got to let him get into his rants and stuff like that. So usually we cut the news out.
Right.
News or Petey Podlow going off. I think we'd like to get Petey Podlow going off. So
LeBron's always in the news, so then there's always a Pete rant.
That's true.
Speaking of, I was just going to bring up, LeBron.
Yep.
Talking about AD, and what did he say? It's so dumb, honestly. Just that he said, yeah, of course, he'd love to have Anthony Davis on the Lakers and stuff. People just get all up in arms about tampering, which honestly, I thought right off the bat too.
Really?
I'm a Lakers guy, and I was like, are you going to get in trouble? Lakers have been in trouble enough for tampering.
Right.
Jesus.
But at the same time, like...
Tampering with Paul George didn't even get him.
Right. But at the same time, who wouldn't want Anthony Davis on their team?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? If you ask Damian
What are you
Lillard...
supposed to say?
Hey, would you mind if, you guys made a trade and Anthony Davis ended up in Portland? What's Dame like? Nah, man, I like my roster.
Yeah.
I'd rather see Anthony Davis stay in New Orleans. Yeah, I mean, come on. I feel like anybody would say the same thing. Yeah, of course we would love to have AD.
That'd be funny if they, just as protest about tampering rules and stuff, anytime it comes up, they're like, no, I fucking hate that guy.
Right? Piece of shit.
I mean, I never want to play with him. Just a little wink to the camera. Be like, hey, technically, and they were talking about him, but he obviously wasn't tampering. It was the opposite.
That would be funny. But, I mean, going further from the comments and talking about tampering, they did have a little...
After all that, they have dinner.
Yeah, they did have a little dinner together, so...
Candlelit.
Yeah, a little romantic setting.
Piano in the background.
A little cuddling afterwards, or what? So, wouldn't surprise me, man. LeBron do whatever it takes, I guess.
Cuddling is after they sign him.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, man, I don't know. What do you think? You think...
Imagine what it's like walking into your favorite restaurant, so it's a nice place, taking the wife. Yeah, we get a night off, and LeBron James and Anthony Davis are sitting at one of the tables.
Right.
Sorry, we don't have a table for you right now. I was like, well, I want to sit at that one.
God, dude. That hairline combined with that unibrow, dude, I wouldn't even be able to eat. I'd be like, oh my God, face me somewhere else.
Table. Yeah, 7 foot tall Anthony Davis and linebacker size LeBron James.
For real. Yeah, man, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Obviously, I would love to be a fly, in that restaurant, just kind of hearing what they talked about. Because, I mean, I'm sure behind scenes, at a dinner like that, LeBron's probably doing a little bit of recruiting. What are your thoughts? If it's not now, what are your thoughts in free agency? And they're talking about it. What else are they talking about?
I think it's weird. I don't know. I could see both sides of like the tampering stuff, but
right,
it's tough.
Yeah.
And at the same time, too, people complain about the modern NBA and these guys are friends and they hang out, And at the same time, you also want, you kind of want great players to play together, too.
Yeah.
Especially if it's on your team.
Right.
Small market teams don't get that often. I feel like they should, cut it in half and, smaller market teams, you can tamper as much as you want. And then, if you're on the upper end, that should be, instead of on top of getting a lottery pick, you also get to tamper with players for a year.
Yes. Let's go.
Phoenix, they're taking everyone out to strip clubs and stuff like that, No, come to the Suns right in the middle of the season.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Somehow, James Harden signed with Phoenix.
What's going on?
Hey, they got a bug in his ear. Yeah. It worked.
Yeah, that'd be funny. I don't know, man. I could see a possibility of Anthony Davis ending up in LA at some point. I don't know why.
Think it's all overblown. We got a guy in our league that's just been talking about it nonstop. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. But, is that Tremaine? Old Trey?
Yeah. But I've been trying to downplay it anyway, though.
Yeah. Well, you're a Laker guy. You wouldn't.
It's like, he's not going to do that. Then I can be happily surprised if he does.
Right. But so you're downplaying it, thinking that there still is a possibility, though. Like you would love
to,
you would love to see it happen as
just
well,
like
right?
When LeBron signed with us, I didn't think that would happen when Bill Simmons brought it up 6 months before he signed with LA.
Yeah,
and I was like, yeah, right. And he talked about it, kept thinking about it, came up, and then he signed, and I was pretty goddamn excited.
Yeah,
that's for sure. But we'll see. It's just that we've struck out in free agency so many times besides LeBron. Which is weird.
Yeah.
Signed one of the best players in the world,
Right. Well, that adds a lot, though. Now
we miss out on Paul George and guys like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just going to take the right guy that fits with LeBron and wants to play with LeBron and likes LeBron. I think it just seemed like maybe Paul George was happy with the connection he was making with Russ, and
look at what he's doing right now.
Yeah, he's killing it. Russ is finally. It seems like he's kind of taken a step back a little bit. He's still averaging a triple double, which is crazy, but he's he seems like he's finally, maybe growing up a little bit. I think he's 30 now, and he just seems like he's like, you know what? I finally don't have to take every shot in the game.
Yeah.
Let's Paul George,
It's
do
like
some
suddenly
things.
an old dog learn new tricks.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's cool. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I could see it possibly happening though. Eventually ending up there, just because that big market, man. I mean, you guys have struck out, but at the same time, that massive market is so much bigger than just playing basketball. I mean, the amount of money you can make outside of just basketball with the market in LA is massive, dude. And I think that's always going to be a massive landing spot.
I mean,
he's just not going to get that same opportunity playing with the Pelicans. I mean,
But there's probably something to be said for being a hometown hero type of thing too.
Yeah.
Not like where he's from, but I mean, sticking with a team. More and more people talk about that.
Oh, I would love it
as being a good thing and being a fan favorite, and I mean, not having to deal with some of the LA stuff if you get real popular.
That's true.
But I mean, just look at Giannis. He looks like he wants to stay in Milwaukee forever.
Yeah,
and everyone loves him for it.
There's some dudes that make that work, and I love the dudes that do make that work. Obviously, I'm a big Damian Lillard guy, and I love what he's committing to up in Portland, and I hope that he continues to do that. And if Anthony Davis stays in the Pelicans, organization and doesn't get a ring, I still give him tons of credit because he fought through it and he wanted to stay with the team and he stayed committed. And I give more props to a guy that does that than a guy that jumps ship, jumps with LeBron and goes and wins a ring. Because to me, even if he wins a ring with LeBron, I feel like it ends up being LeBron's ring. So he gets some credit.
Well, now though, it's kind of nice how the storyline kind of changes with that in terms of just jumping on with LeBron to get to the championship now that LeBron's in the West.
Yeah.
So it's like,
That's
it's
true.
Not just guys, it's like, hey, guaranteed trip to the finals when he was in the East, it seemed like, for those few years.
That's true. That's a good point.
But, we're getting on the tangent here.
We always talk about LeBron a
lot. Yep, there's the LeBron talk of the week.
Chris Paul.
Yeah,
Chris Paul's out with an injury right after I traded him in fantasy. Get off my roster. I knew that was coming.
Made up for that Millsap trade that I got you on.
God, no shit. Chris Paul's always getting injured, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's getting old. It's inevitable. At some point during the year, he's going to get injured.
Well,
at the end of the year, playoffs.
How he was playing already, it looked like it's like, well, this isn't going to go anywhere good anytime soon.
He just looks
he was playing like pretty crappy.
He just looks old. Like, he looks sluggish. He looks cold. He looks like he's never warmed up or something. Like, when you get to Gold's Gym and you're out of shape and you're trying not to hurt anything and you're moving all slow and it just seems like I don't know. It doesn't seem like he has that same.
No, I thought it was more like
athleticism right now.
Elderly person, always cold. He's like
that too.
He's turning up the heat in the stadium. God, it's 85 degrees in here.
He probably
I'm still cold.
Right.
So it happens,
He'll be out. Yeah, he'll be out for a little while. I think. Who knows what's going on with the Rockets these days, man? We're talking about at some point. I think you had somebody you were talking to maybe give us some Rocket information at some point.
See what's going on in there.
That'd be cool, kind of like we did with Brian in Dallas. It'd be cool to get some information because I think a lot of people are really curious. You go from one game away from making the finals, probably a Chris Paul injury away, maybe from being in the finals last year, to a team that's just does not look even close to the same team this year. So it'd be nice to get some information on what's really going on in Houston from somebody who studies them more than we do.
Yeah, I want to hear from someone knowing about Houston that says something more than Trevor Ariza and Mbah Moute and stuff like that. It's like, it can't be just that.
No, when they originally
and now Chris Paul's out, we're really going to see what's going to happen.
Yeah. When those guys originally let go and other teams are picking them up, it's like those same Houston fans and same people weren't using that like, oh my God, we lost Trevor Ariza. They were probably like, oh, Trevor Ariza, we'll be fine. We still got this and this. And now they're sucking. It's like, oh yeah, Trevor Ariza. We kind of miss him. It's like, come on, dude. There's something else going on, like you're saying.
I like Ariza.
Like, stop
but it's like, that's not taking you from 60 wins to, 45.
No.
How they look right now.
No.
And speaking of Trevor Ariza, he got traded from the Suns. And now the Suns are doing fantastic. And Trevor's doing pretty well in Washington.
So you can lose Trevor Ariza and win games.
Right? Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
The Suns have won 4 of their last 5.
So they trade Trevor Ariza. the other side of this is you got the Washington Wizards who traded away Kelly Oubre.
Yeah.
Who was probably the only dude on their roster who wasn't arguing. Is that the thing? It's like Kelly Oubre has not caused any locker room drama.
Yeah,
let's get rid of him. You do not fit in. You're not Dwight. You're not Beal. You're not John Wall.
Culture.
This is not how it's going on. You're gone. Trevor Ariza looks like somebody who might cause some problems. Let's bring him in.
Right?
Yeah.
No, I think they brought him in for the opposite, you know. I mean, of course. Everyone's talked about it. Ariza is a veteran, and everyone likes him in the locker room. But at the same time, it's like, come on, man, what were you doing in Phoenix? You know?
Yeah.
He obviously didn't want to be there.
No.
And he's been in the league long enough, and he's won a championship that at some point it's like, fine, go. That's okay. You know? He's not going to step up, take that team anywhere. But now it's like, gosh, every single freaking team in the West can beat anyone on any night.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I think the Suns beat the Celtics the other day.
Who knows what's going on with the Celtics? You need to talk to your wife.
Yeah.
She's always, jumping in and trying to yap about the Celtics, but I haven't heard her this morning talk about them, so I don't know what's going on.
We got them coming up, you know.
We do. Christmas Day special.
That's right.
Yeah, man. So let's do you want to jump into trivia first?
Okay.
Let's get the trivia question going on before we jump into the Christmas Day games. It is a Christmas Day,
Christmas trivia.
Yeah, Christmas Day podcast trivia. So what let's do two.
Two of them?
Yeah, I mean it's Christmas. We're doing some, giveaways, hand out some presents. So let's do a bonus. You can get 2 raffle tickets this week. Yeah. 2 different questions.
If you answer both questions.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? Yeah, correctly.
You get one.
You can't just answer
question.
them. You got to get them correct.
Right? Yeah.
Right. You can't just throw in some random. Oh, yeah.
That's Trevor Ariza.
Yeah. That is not the answer.
That is not the answer to any question we'll ever ask. Well, we get 1 trivia question from you and 1 from Santa. Right?
Okay. There we go. Absolutely. That's perfect. Yeah. No, absolutely. Okay, let me. Which trivia question would I like to go with? Let's go with find me the player that has scored the most points in a single game on Christmas Day, and you got to send in the player and how many points he scored that day, and that's 1 raffle ticket.
That's 1.
Yep.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Don't worry, Google can probably help you find that one, so don't stress on it too hard. But
any of these.
Right? Use Google, get us the answer.
What do you want for the other one?
I don't know. We got Santa. I thought you were Santa.
Okay.
Yeah. Give me one.
Well, let's see. How about what team has the most total Christmas Day wins?
That's a good one, man. That's a good one.
And this one, it could change after Christmas, is a funny thing. We'll see.
Is it that close?
Well, it could be tied.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
You just think about what kind of teams play on Christmas.
Yep.
And think about who's been playing the most.
Okay.
Probably have a few wins.
There's a possibility that our answers could be correlated. Maybe the guy that has the most points could have been on. Who knows?
Giving away all the answers.
Well, I just said it could. I didn't know if it was. I don't.
Feeling in the giving spirit.
I haven't Googled the answers yet. I don't know the answers. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Trying to help the listeners out.
Yeah, as people probably know, or if they don't, a lot of the same teams play on Christmas every year.
Yep.
And they try to get good matchups. You can look at the slate and see where they were going with it. Especially if you looked when the schedule came out. Man, I remember I always do that. Schedule comes out right before the season and stuff like that. I look at see what's on Christmas because it's just a big showcase.
Absolutely.
And almost every time it's like, man, every one of those games is going to be great. And then by the time season rolls around, people get hurt.
Yep.
People disappoint. Other people. Other teams are exciting, and it's
it's the biggest.
There's always a couple.
Like we talked about, it's the biggest slate, even bigger than. I feel like this is more games in a row that are televised than even a playoff day. Usually you only have 4 games
national games.
Usually on a playoff day you're only getting 4 that are televised. Sometimes you'll have 5 or 6 games, but one might be on NBA TV. But these are all none of these are on NBA TV. These are all ESPN or ABC, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so, I think they do TNT on Christmas, right?
Or one on TNT?
I don't even know. I could have looked.
We got to look those up. But this is, you got 5 televised games. It's not, right. It's not just Friday night, ESPN, 2 games you're watching, or TNT on Thursday, 2 games you're watching. You're talking 5 games. You can wake up in the morning. There's no other day where you're waking up this early and you can watch a game. So all the way until you're
especially here on the West Coast. It's right when you're done opening presents.
Perfect.
Boom. NBA's on.
Let's do it.
I love it.
Yeah, so it's going to be exciting. Let's go over the slate real quick. We got the Knicks and the Bucks, Rockets and Thunder, Celtics and 76ers, Warriors and Lakers. I know that's a big one for you, Dougie. And then, they let my Blazers hang out on Christmas Day as well. You got the Jazz and the Blazers.
Yeah.
So I
was kind of stoked on seeing that.
Yeah.
That's one of those games, too. It's too bad that, the Blazers have been up and down. The Jazz have been so disappointing, where it's like, if you saw that the first day of the season, man, Jazz Blazers, that could be the best game of the day.
Right.
And, hey, it still could be, honestly. But you never know. That's what's great about the NBA. But what game are you most looking forward to then? Is it the Blazers game?
I'm pretty excited about the Knicks and Bucks, to tell you the truth.
Really?
No.
What?
Not even
Well,
close.
you
Stop
actually
it.
got me. You looked
Stop
at me
it.
with dead conviction there.
Doug said, really? Really? No, Doug, not really. Of course I'm looking forward to that Jazz Blazers, man. First of all, the Jazz just came into our house, Moda Center, and beat us the other night.
Yeah, that's true.
So, not only is it a Christmas Day game, but it's a game to get a little bit of revenge.
Yeah, this is in Utah, right?
Yeah, we get to go to Utah, and smack them around up there. So, yeah, we're getting revenge. We're not losing to the Jazz. It's not happening. Not again. Not back-to-back games.
Well, let's see. Let's do this. We got 5 games.
Yep.
How about you order them 1 to 5 in terms of what you think is going to be the most exciting?
Okay.
Excitement level.
Okay.
Or that you're, or watchability.
Yeah.
What are going to be good games?
Yep.
So you got Jazz Blazers first?
Jazz Blazers are first.
Okay.
Yep. Actually, no. You know what? I'm going to go excitement, not just for me. I'm going to go excitement for any listeners.
Yeah.
NBA.
Just a good NBA game.
Great NBA game. I think the number one has got to be Los Angeles and Golden State. I just think it has to be. You got, usually it's a finals rematch they give us, but it's pretty much the same thing.
Imagine if they had the Cavs on Christmas Day.
Right. Oh, Cavs Warriors. Stop it. You got
make the schedule after LeBron decides where he's going.
Exactly. So you pretty much have a finals rematch. You have LeBron and the Warriors. Yeah. That is the finals rematch. So that's the one to me that's been talked about. We always, we got Petey Podlow, who's a big Warriors fan. We got you who's a Lakers guy, and we like to hate on LeBron. So it's going to be not only great for our listeners, but it's going to be cool to talk about on our next segment. Who ends up coming up on that game. They haven't played this year, right? I think this is the first time they played this year. Did they play already?
Man, I thought, I'm a bad Lakers fan right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me look it up real quick.
What's funny is that, so we're doing something a little different this year, and we're going up to the family cabin after Christmas, and we decided to go Christmas Day. After everything's done in the afternoon, I got a few days off for driving up there, and I just realized the other day, it's NBA all day on Christmas Day. I'm going to be driving there, so hopefully the wife hears this before Christmas Day, because I got to let her know she's going to be listening to NBA on the radio all the way there.
Yeah.
It's going to be like right during the Lakers games when we'll be getting there.
You're not. Oh.
Hey, I think, that's the second to last game. I might be there anyway. It'll be on satellite. Sit there, start a fire, sit back in the recliner,
Absolutely.
snow outside,
Absolutely.
and watch the Lakers.
I'm not seeing that they've played this year, Dougie.
Oh, okay.
So, but
maybe I'm thinking about those times we beat the Blazers.
Stop it. Yeah, you've played the Blazers. Yeah, I don't know. I'm only seeing them on this thing say that they played 3 times this year. Is that right? I thought they should have played 4 times.
Yeah, it's the
I don't know.
Pacific Conference.
I don't know. Anyways, it's going to be, that's going to be my favorite matchup for sure for, the fans to watch. I think it should be.
It doesn't matter who you like.
No.
It's
for excitement-wise,
stars.
I'm excited to watch the Blazers and Jazz, obviously.
Best 2 players in the league, I would think. KD and LeBron.
Looney and LeBron absolutely going at it. So, yeah, nope, that's going to be a good one. So that would be my top number 1 game for people to watch. The rest are kind of tough, man. You're looking at these names, and you're thinking that a ton of these games are like, oh, this game should be number 2 maybe. But, we're looking at Rockets and Thunder.
Mm-hmm. Chris Paul's out.
Dude, I honestly don't even think that game's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
I think OKC is going to
Well,
smack
they
them.
don't put it number 2.
No, they're not. That's what I'm saying. But a lot of people would look at usually before the year, right?
Yeah.
If we looked at
preseason,
preseason, we'd be like, "Oh, Rockets Thunder." Now I'm looking at like, I might, eat some food during that game.
So you take your nap.
I'm honestly going to say the second best game to watch is going to be. I'm going to say the Jazz and the Blazers.
Yeah,
I think so. I think it's going to be a good one to watch. I think the Jazz are coming back up on the rise.
Yeah.
I think, obviously Dame Dollar is always fun to watch, and I think that's going to be a good matchup. And then third, I'm going to go Celtics and 76ers.
Yeah.
I don't know, the Celtics have been struggling, but Kyrie Irving's just fun to watch, man. And I just feel like I have a feeling Kyrie is going to have a Christmas Day, just special game.
Do you think he celebrates Christmas?
I don't think he celebrates Christmas.
Yeah.
Probably not. He doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving, right? Wasn't he the one who said fuck Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
So he can't say fuck Christmas. That's horrible.
Imagine.
God.
Imagine,
This guy celebrate anything?
And then the Celtics were never on national TV again.
But no, he's gonna have a big game, so that'll be fun to watch. And then fourth, man, this is crazy. I'm even thinking about this.
Between Rockets, Thunder, and Knicks, Bucks.
Can you believe that I'm even contemplating this? I'm gonna go with Rockets and Thunder just because of the star power. You have Harden. Harden could have a massive game, and then
Russ.
you have Russ and Paul George, and in all honesty, Steven Adams is almost becoming that big three. Steven Adams is nice. I love watching Steven Adams, but it's like you see some of the games he's having this year. I think this is the best year he's had.
Side note, I was thinking about this yesterday. Is Steven Adams a top 5 center in the league?
Yeah. I think he is.
You think so?
I think he is, man.
So you got I know. I was thinking the same thing.
It's tough.
It's not just numbers. I mean, the dude is just good.
He's awesome, man.
And it's like, well, let's say you got AD, you got Embiid, you got Jokic, Karl Anthony Towns, and then who's next? Steven Adams?
Maybe. I mean, there's
Gobert.
Some tough ones. You got Gobert,
Who would you rather have on the Blazers, Gobert or Steven Adams?
Man, honestly, I think I'd rather have Steven Adams.
Yeah.
There's some stuff about Steven Adams that a lot of people I don't think recognize, and just if you ever watch him like mic'd up or some of those, where you're listening to how much he communicates on defense and how much he pumps up his guys and how happy he is for his dudes.
Oh, yeah.
And the way he talks about people, it's just like
he's more than happy to set a screen, box out.
Yeah.
Just and just be solid as a rock out there.
Yeah, he's just okay being whatever you need him to be, which you don't find in a league full of egos. People that make the NBA a lot of times they gotta have strong egos, and they gotta be a little bit about themselves and selfish. It's how you get there, right? So when it comes to Steven Adams, I feel like he's okay if it's 3 rebounds and 4 points and 1 trip to the line. I mean, it's like that's what he's okay with.
And then he's a plus 11.
Yeah. For real. You're like, wow, his stats didn't look good, but yeah, he's his plus minus is usually really good.
He's had some good stat days too.
Massive. So
the other day he had
that's
23 rebounds.
Yep. So that's the game I would put as number 4, and then the reason I even contemplated Knicks Bucks because the Knicks have been just. I don't know. They're not fun to watch.
They've been the Knicks.
They've been the Knicks. Yeah. There's no Porzingis. There's no big stars to watch on that team. The only reason I was even thinking about it is we have the Greek Freak. You got a beast in the Greek Freak, and playing in Madison Square Garden in front of a fan base. That's
cool.
That's massive, man. That stadium's always a fun one, and I just feel like he could have one of those games like you talked about. I think me and you talked about this earlier. It's just like. He could have one of those, 30-point triple-doubles or even 40-point triple-doubles. I wouldn't be surprised, with some crazy...
5x5, something crazy.
Yeah, some crazy amount of blocks, crazy amount of steals. He's going to put on a show. So I think either way, all these games should be watched.
So this is going to be the first time that he's played on Christmas, right?
I don't know. I don't know. Is he not on?
No, I haven't done my research.
Yeah,
so I'm not producer today.
Did we just wake up? It's just kind of early. Usually we do this Friday night.
It's like, we got 2 more days. To prepare.
Right, we should have prepared.
Yeah, should have done that.
But it's gonna be a good one, man. Go ahead. Let's
write in. Tell us. We got these problems. Hey. Did someone do this? Just tweet at us.
Yeah.
So we know.
Yeah, you idiots.
We all got to learn together.
He played 2 years ago on Christmas Day, you dummy.
Jeez. You guys even watch the NBA?
Low IQ podcast. So
it's a good shout out. What
about you, man? Top 1 through 5. Who you got?
Another reason I'm hoping the wife's going to listen to this. my number one game, I think, Celtics Sixers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it's
above your Lakers
really
and
good.
Warriors.
I just predicting what I think will turn out to be the best games, you know. I mean, just there's Lakers Warriors. I'm just worried it could really go either way.
Yeah.
It could be a close game where the Warriors could blow them out. Who knows? It feels like the Warriors have been holding back all year. And if they want to, they can just pour it on and just throttle someone on national TV. So I hope that's not the case, of course. But I just kept thinking about that Sixers Celtics game. And Christmas Day, Jimmy Butler, Embiid, and Simmons, Celtics are definitely on the upswing, finally, you know, which I had been doubting all season. But, man, they rattled off, 6 in a row at one point or something like that, and are really coming together. Hayward's had some great games, and just that national TV, and it's just a great classic, you know, Eastern Conference matchup too.
Okay.
And I just have the feeling that it'll be one that will be good and close. That's what I hope. And I just kept looking at it, you know, I just wanted to throw you a curveball anyway.
Yeah,
that's number one.
That's a hell of a curveball.
You know?
I feel like anytime, you know, last time we get on, I feel like anytime you got a chance to really blow up your Lakers and talk about how awesome they could be, and I think they're going to play really well and smack the Warriors, you give me this you know, I'm not really sure about the Lakers. I feel like the Warriors could smack us up. It's like, where's your confidence in this group, man?
I've been watching some garbage Lakers teams the past few years. I'm still getting used to this, all right?
Gosh.
No, I just really think that I was putting Warriors-Lakers second, obviously.
Right.
And that's the one that I personally am most looking forward to watching, because I personally look forward to watching the Lakers every other day. You know, but
you never sound like it, is what I'm saying. Every time I talk to you about the Lakers, it sounds like me watching the Lakers.
You guys beat me down every time I bring them up. You know, it's like I've been abused. You know?
We all get abused, right? You guys abuse my Blazers.
So
we abuse
the
Kevin Durant and Kevin Looney and the Warriors sometimes, but
no, yeah, I know what you mean though. I'm just so I'm always just cautiously optimistic. There's too many Lakers fans that are just annoyingly not only fair weather, but just delusional sometimes.
Doug, why don't you just become a Blazer fan? You should just become a Blazer fan.
I tried.
You wouldn't have to deal with that.
I tried. Can't do it.
What? You wouldn't have to deal with that, and then you wouldn't have
Portland,
to.
Man.
Come on, man.
I was just in my beautiful hometown of Seattle last weekend.
Yeah.
I don't go to Portland.
Did you run around and see some players playing in the park or what? Because you guys don't have an NBA team, man.
No, I went to their championship basketball squad last summer, though, at Key Arena with the Seattle Storm.
You get to watch the WNBA. That's awesome, man.
No, yeah. Catch me on my WNBA podcast coming next year.
I can see it. I don't know why. I can see Dougie Fresh coming out with a WNBA podcast.
Hell yeah, the Storm podcast.
But I don't want to hate on the WNBA. They got some legit players as well.
I think the Lakers are going to be doing a lot better second half of the season anyway. I'll probably be talking a lot of shit then. But
dude, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for from you.
Insufferable.
That's what I need from you. I need you to bring some fire.
Well, I need the Lakers
start
to
shutting
play
me and
better
Pete up, because we talk about LeBron and we talk about the Lakers not even making the playoffs, and you're like, I kind of see them.
If it was some other year,
I'm just being realistic here.
Look at the West.
Just being optimistic, you know.
But
you should be like, you guys need to shut the hell up. The Lakers are
LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That it could be another thing though. Ingram just came back. Rondo just came back. That's another reason why I thought it could really swing either way, was that it's like, we got the guys back. It's gelling. You know, we did much better with Ingram there for some reason. Sometimes it didn't look as good, but we were always winning those games.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, we could really come back and give the Warriors a run for their money and smack them on national TV.
Last time we talked about...
Or it'll be like, they just came back. They haven't got it together. It's only the second game that he's back or something like that.
Last time we talked about the Lakers, you're like, well, Rondo's coming back. We're probably going to have a lot of the same stuff, passing. We got a good passing team. You talked about maybe they could become an ultimate Frisbee team.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, it's the Rondo thing that worries me, honestly.
Let's see if you guys can put the ball in the damn basket. I don't want to see a hot potato matchup here. You know what I mean?
Well,
let's see what you guys can do.
Ingram started playing a little more how he should have.
Yeah.
I was listening to the Lakers guys just the other day, and they said, they were saying that Ingram just being out, honestly, him sitting there and seeing how the team was working without him, seeing how Kuzma was having success with LeBron, seeing how he could better work in that system. Because in a totally different system, Ingram could be what we always were hoping he could be. But with LeBron, that's not happening.
No.
Like, you got to play different. And he's smart. I think he looked at it, and he's playing a little different. At least with that first game back, he looked great. He looked exactly how he should be doing. So we'll see.
Be interesting. Number 3, who you got?
Number 3, I got Sixers again. No. I'm going to DVR it. I'm going to watch it again. No, let's see. That's yeah, you're right. This is where it gets tough. And, I mean, Rockets, Thunder, CP3 just going out makes that tough. I mean, but Jazz, Blazers, how ugly is that game going to be? Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm putting that one third. Yeah.
Stop it.
No, I like it. Yeah, Jazz, yeah, like you were saying, they've been doing a little better recently. I got Rubio and Gobert on my fantasy team, so I follow them a little bit. I don't watch Jazz as much as I should, as much as I want to. But, yeah, they've been playing a bit better. And, I mean, no matter how much shit I talk, Blazers are always fun to watch. I like that team for sure. Absolutely. And you could totally see, like you said, Damian Lillard just going off. Dame time. Christmas Day. Yeah. Christmas Dame.
Yeah, Christmas Dame. I like
game.
that.
Christmas Dame.
Yeah, and Christmas Dame. I love that.
Then I'm putting Rockets, Thunder 4th. Okay. Knicks, Bucks 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah. All, pretty close to the same there. I could really see Knicks, Bucks. Somehow that game could be fantastic. Mm-hmm. I mean, the Knicks beat them last time.
Yeah.
And Hazonia stepped right over Giannis.
That's a good point. Yeah. That's a good point. He said if he sees him again, he's going to punch him in the groin, or if he did it again. So I hope he does it again.
Yeah.
Giannis punched him.
Miracle.
Man, did anybody see that? Punched him straight in the nuts.
Sent him straight to, gave him a Christmas present, tickets to the Nutcracker.
Right. Yeah, got him. That was a good one, Dougie.
Yes.
All right, man. Yeah, these are five solid games to look forward to. I really, man, I really want to just hit up Pete right now and see if he's even awake.
Yeah.
I mean, now that we got this awesome call in, we used to with Brian last week. We got an opportunity to talk to some people over the phone. That's not as our speaker phone. Last time it was me and you, and we tried to get Pete on. It was couldn't really hear him because it was on speakerphone. Now we got this legit thing that you set up for us. Let's
so we can hear him.
Let's see if I can.
He can hear us talking about.
I know he's got some stuff.
KD's gonna go 4 for 16 on Christmas Day. LeBron's gonna have a triple double.
Well, this is what I'm worried about. We had this great matchup. I'm excited to talk to Pete about this. We talk crap about LeBron all year, and now it's the time his team's about to play LeBron, and all of a sudden he's gone missing?
He doesn't show up. How convenient.
Is it? I think it is.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a possibility that Pete thinks maybe the way that the Warriors have been playing, that the Lakers on the rise could take them out? And he doesn't really want to talk about it?
Pete's scared?
I don't know. Let's find out. Let me see if I can get him on.
All right.
All right, man. Bringing our boy Petey Podlow, who's sick at home but able to jump on the phone. What's up, Petey Pod?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Yes.
How you guys doing, man? Miss you guys.
You sound fine to me.
Bro, I knew that was coming no matter how I sounded.
Yeah, well,
Doug has that line written down.
Yeah,
he Googled it.
All I wanted
he Googled it.
Right.
Well, we had a couple theories. Obviously you're not here, so usually the dude that's not in the room, we can give a little bit more crap to. So we were kind of like, MJ had the flu game sick, and he was there and balled out, and then you got, guys like Kawhi Leonard who take random days off. So we were just like, we're thinking Pete's more of an MJ type of dude, but it seems more like a Kawhi Leonard move, an NBA taking days off kind of move.
Yeah, I'll take it, man. I'll take Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
He's like, all I got from that is you compared me to Kawhi Leonard. That's fine.
Right. No, man, but we do miss you, man. You got any cool Christmas plans if you heal up a little bit or what?
Ah, man, I don't know. I'm supposed to go to my girl's family's, but I don't know, man. I've been so sick. I don't even want to, take anything. Anybody else?
Oh, it's not an excuse to get off the pot. It's for like your girlfriend's family.
Ooh.
That
Bingo.
makes sense, man. I
See,
get
you're
that.
smart.
Yeah.
And if I would have
You're
went
thinking.
in and did the podcast with you, she would have been like, "Okay, you're good enough to go to the pod.
Yeah.
You're good enough to go
That's
to
smart.
my mom's."
That's
Yeah.
smart. Maybe that is
Gotta
more
get on your
NJ than
Christmas
Kawhi.
sweater. Yeah.
That's smart, Pete. All right, I got you, man. We can help you out for that. We can help you out for that.
Appreciate it. What you guys been talking about, man? What you guys been?
Basically,
on?
just these. We're doing a Christmas Day podcast talking about these Christmas Day games. We ranked our games. You got the Knicks, Bucks, Rockets, Thunder, Celtics, 76ers, Warriors, and Lakers, Jazz, and Blazers, and we kind of ranked them. 1 through 5, most excited to watch, and both of us had the Warriors and Lakers obviously at the bottom of our list to watch.
Yeah.
So
Garbage.
we figured you would have a different outcome for us. You excited about that one or what?
Not really.
No.
What?
Nah, I'm just playing.
Oh, well.
Like,
Nah, it's
damn.
all right.
Yeah.
I don't really consider LeBron's team and LeBron that great. I mean, anybody can catch the Warriors off guard. You know that. I mean,
Really?
but
Anyone
I'm
can
being
just catch them
real.
off guard?
yeah, any team can
Hey,
beat them,
that
bro.
sounds
I mean,
good.
you see it all the time. I just, I mean, the Lakers are all right. That Rockets Thunder game might be a little bit better.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I just.
That's an interesting take. We didn't have Rockets Thunder really up in the top 2 of either one of our lists.
Yeah, I think our
Yeah.
thing about the Rockets and Lakers or Rockets and Thunder is, I mean, obviously Chris Paul being out, but at the same time, it just seemed like the way the Rockets have been playing this year and the Thunder on the rise. I don't know why. I just feel like the Thunder are going to give them a little smackdown.
Yeah, I mean, Styles makes for fights, because the problem is James Harden will probably have a huge game, and Russell Westbrook. I don't know. I mean, honestly, Paul George is the best player on that team, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's been playing
he
like
looks
it.
pre broken leg. Paul George is how he looks right now.
Yeah.
And before he broke his leg, I had him as one of the top players in the world. He was one of my favorite players coming up. So he's been balling out, man. You guys got to, if you guys go crunch his numbers, they're pretty impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Over 2 steals a game and 25 points, and he can shoot the 3, he can create his own shot, a little bit of passing, rebounding.
It seems like we might finally be seeing a Westbrook that is almost okay with allowing Paul George to do that a little bit, which is exactly what, you were hoping for a long time with KD. And, we didn't even see the last couple of years with Paul George, but it seems like Paul George committing to re-sign with them, it's almost like Westbrook's finally like, you know what, I do need to take a step back if this team's going to work. And this is the exact formula that they would need, having that big 3, Steven Adams and stuff. This is the type of formula that could win playoff games.
Yeah. He's got to do it.
Especially with that defense. Yeah.
It's funny because if you look at the box scores, you'd be like, damn, Westbrook's finally learning. You'll have like 11 points, 8 rebounds, 15 assists or something like that,
Yep.
And you'll see Paul George dropping like 30 or 40. But then I click, that's just the opening box score. If you click it or watch the games, you're talking about he's still shooting like 3 for 20.
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, if he can limit that, cut his shots down.
Especially those threes. Man,
Those threes are gross. It's just so lowly efficient for that team. Give it to Adams in the post more. Let Paul George do his thing.
Yeah.
But we did our playoff threats. I picked, picked him.
Yeah, you got to give you
obviously.
props. I had him as a pretender, but now I'm starting to hear a lot of stuff and watch a lot of stuff about Westbrook taking steps back. And like you said, I mean, you had him as a pretender, and those are the things that if he can take those step
I had him
backs.
as a contender.
Or contender, sorry. Yeah, contender.
No, you're good, man. I'm just messing with you. But yeah, dude, definitely, I think, that game will be interesting. I think that game will be probably more exciting than the Lakers-Warriors game.
There's
I
the
predict
take
a
we
blowout.
wanted.
You predict
Blowout in the Warriors game.
Yeah, Warriors blowout?
Yeah, Warriors win by 20.
Damn. See, this is what we were kind of curious if, we talk a lot of shit about LeBron and whatnot. We thought maybe you were like a little bit worried about this game, and so maybe that was why you caught up with the flu. Is that not true?
Oh, yeah. I was hiding. Did you guys... All right, speaking of, man, I tried to hit you guys up, man. I know I've been sick and we haven't been talking much.
Yep.
But, You guys watch that Pelicans-Laker game?
I was able to watch a little bit of it. I didn't watch the full thing.
I couldn't watch any of it. I kept following the box score. I've been doing.
I swear, Doug's the only fan of a team I've seen that never gets to watch his team play.
Oh, I watch. Hey,
no joke.
I watched the highlights. I'll admit it, but I watched most games. I missed that one.
What happened in there?
And it looked close. End of every quarter, and my phone went off. I was like, God damn it!
I mean, I really wanted your guys' opinion on LeBron. It's your, you know, your big take on him.
Yep.
And this is Corey's big thing with LeBron.
It was about crying
the
about
thing you
fouls.
hate the most. Oh, this was bad, bro.
Yeah.
They're up 7 with like 50 seconds left to go. Drew Holiday swats him cleanly, and he freaking loses it. Yells at the ref, storms all the way down the entire court yelling.
Yeah.
No technical, of course, I'm sure.
No tech.
No.
You saw the play, Doug?
Yeah, well, yeah, I've seen the highlights and I saw that.
How pathetic was that, man? Come on, you're a Laker fan. Be real.
I know. It's kind of embarrassing. It's kind of the stuff that you know, the reasons that you didn't like LeBron when you got to root against him when he was, you know, in the Heatles and stuff like that. I love that. You know, look at this flopper, this whiner, and now he's on the team. It's like, man, I mean, you love LeBron being on your team. He's the greatest player in the world.
Block?
But then something like that, something that's close, sometimes a play like that where it's like, dude, you're not getting a foul for that. Stop it.
Was it clean? I didn't get to see it. Was it clean block? Was it a clean block?
It seemed like it. Yeah, I mean, it was good enough. It could.
It was
I mean,
ball and then maybe a little bit
especially
of
end of the game, the way that they
ball.
call it. Yeah, it's like you're not going to get that as LeBron at the end of the game. I don't know, but and watching Kobe for so long, I mean, you kind of know how the flow of fouls is going to go. Honestly, and it's like it's different than when Kobe was on the court and stuff at the end of games. It's just weird to me. It's an odd thing to root for, and it's especially as a Lakers fan, you almost don't want a bunch of these calls going in your favor. It's just more ammunition for the other side all the time, and it's like just play the game, just keep going. I don't want to hear it. Like I don't want to be looking for fouls. Looking to get to the line and do all that stuff.
You got LeBron James. You got LeBron James now, so congrats. You can deal with that for the rest of your career.
Exactly. Oh, but I won't mind. We're gonna make the playoffs. You know, we're gonna blow out the Warriors on Christmas Day. And
listen to this. A lot of people were turning to social media and saying, "Oh, James Harden would have got that call." They were crying about that. But here's the funny thing about that is like, you know, I'll agree. James Harden gets the most calls in the regular season. We all agree on that. But come playoff time, LeBron's the guy that gets the phantom calls. And James Harden doesn't.
It's happened.
Go look at the track record. A lot of the reason why James Harden struggles is because he's not getting those little calls.
Yeah.
He's not going to the free throw line 10, 11 times a game. He's trying, and they're actually turning into turnovers.
Yeah.
He doesn't get those calls in the playoffs.
That happens a lot. Last playoffs. Holy cow, it was embarrassing.
But I promise you, go look at LeBron's free throw rate in the playoffs. It's the highest in the league. He gets the most free throws come playoff time. He gets those little calls.
Especially when he was playing for the Cavs. Yeah, I'd say that because, I mean, he'd just almost literally put the team on his back and do it and drive and try to get to the line. And if he's trying to get to the line a lot, he's generally going to get to the line, you know, playoffs or not. But it's like not just from whining to the refs afterwards, but from actually making plays that will legitimately send you to the line, generally.
I agree.
But it's like, and with his usage and stuff, yeah, of course he's going to be at the line a bunch. But, you know, honestly, it's like, well, I hope not, because he's not the greatest free throw shooter, not on this Lakers team.
And 67%.
Yeah,
that's lower than DeAndre Jordan.
With a little more of the ball sharing.
Yeah,
and stuff,
DeAndre Jordan. That was a good stat you pulled up.
Yeah,
Jordan shooting better than him.
Yeah, by a long shot.
I thought that was pretty neat.
That's crazy. Yeah, dude. Oh man.
Well, that was the LeBron rant of the week from Pete, huh? That's
Hell
what
yeah,
we call for.
Yep, exactly. Always.
I wasn't biased because you're a Laker fan and a LeBron fan, and you agreed.
No,
so
yeah.
I came at you with a non-biased opinion here.
I'll always hear you out, you know.
Well, I hear you, but
dude, the thing about
you agree with me, that tells me a lot. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing about Doug, Pete, is that I don't really understand, as I said this earlier. I feel like anytime I talk about the Lakers, and this has happened, when you listen back to this podcast, you're going to hear, I give Doug, like, chances to really, like, rant on his Lakers, like we do about our teams. It's like, you know, he can be like, you guys are picking them not to be in the playoffs? Look at the fucking record. Look at this. Look at what they're doing. And he's like,
picked him to not be in the playoffs.
No, us. I'm saying us.
Oh.
I talk crap to him about his Lakers, and he's like, yeah, you know, maybe they could become an ultimate Frisbee team. They like to pass the ball. I'm like, Doug, This is your chance, man. Get after it. And he's like, well, I got to be realistic here.
Hey,
I'm like,
it's for the good of the pod.
I don't even think he really wants to be a fan of this team. It's like he's forced into fandom or something, you know?
You might be onto something, man.
Yeah.
Just,
hey, LeBron's taking me hostage this year, man. I swear.
I don't know what's going on, man.
It's a different experience. I'll tell you what.
Oh, that's funny, man.
But do you think? So you think for sure the Warriors? This is my take on it. I got a weird feeling that obviously.
Let me hear your view.
Well, obviously LeBron James is a stud, especially on Christmas Day. You know he's going to show up. I just have this, and we've talked about this before. I got this weird, where the NBA not as necessarily set up, but they like to have that buzz going around. And if the Lakers can beat the Warriors on Christmas Day, that creates that. Oh my gosh, if these teams meet in the Western Conference Finals, the Lakers could beat the Warriors. And I could just see that happening. I could just see it being a close game. LeBron goes off. The Lakers end up pulling one out. And it gives everybody that excitement for the playoffs. Because if the Warriors blow them out by 30, then there's not that buzz like, the Lakers are close. We knew the Warriors were still way better. But if the Lakers beat them, it's just like when the Raptors are beating the Warriors. It's creating this buzz like, maybe the Warriors aren't God. No, they are. Nobody's beating them in the playoffs. Everyone needs to stop it.
All right.
I mean, it's a good point, but the problem is the Warriors are getting healthy,
right?
And they're going to come to play this game. KD's going to guard LeBron.
You think Draymond will hit a shot on Christmas Day?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if the Lakers want to beat them, they need to not guard Draymond and just double KD and Curry.
Yeah.
That's what I would do, but I doubt Luke Walton and Coach LeBron are going to come up with that.
Yeah, LeBron's going to be, I'm going to take Draymond one-on-one every time. Guard the shit out of him. It's like, well, that's why we lost by 20 points.
Well, yeah, see, that's the funny thing is. No, you know
I could see it going either way.
Because LeBron takes Draymond, right?
Right.
But the problem is when you have a crappy shooter, you want your best, most versatile defender to take Draymond, because then he can
help off of him.
Guy.
Yeah.
Not the guy that's trying to catch his breath because he's been, dominating the ball on offense the whole time. Because now he's not going to be helping off Draymond as much. I mean, once in a while he might make a play, but you want a guy that's going to create problems throughout the entire game,
Yeah.
That's an interesting take. Fourth quarter, game's close. Does LeBron cover KD?
No.
Book
it. No.
Damn.
Who does?
Who's going to cover him?
It'll probably be Ingram or something.
Lonzo.
It's not going to be. it's not going to be LeBron. He don't want none of KD right now at this age and stage of his career.
Damn, I'm curious about that. That's a good question. I'm excited to watch that. I want to see fourth quarter.
Book it. I guarantee it.
Pete doesn't think it's going to be close though, so we'll see.
You can call me out on the podcast. You can book it. He ain't guarding KD in the fourth unless it's a switch, and because he's not going to start off on KD. And I promise you this: KD will be on LeBron.
Yeah. Well, that's the smart
move. You can book
both
those things.
I'm excited for that, man. Those are good predictions. I want to see this because if that's true, man, I don't know. LeBron, like you said, should definitely be covering KD. I don't know why he wouldn't be. So that'll be interesting.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be fun.
Yep, for sure, man. Well, we just wanted to get your quick take. We're almost done wrapping this up, but we just, like last time, we just couldn't have a podcast without PD Pod. We know you're sick, but we had to
I appreciate it, man.
We had to get a little passion in from you, and this time you're not, on speakerphone in a bus in Hawaii, so we'll be able to hear you a little bit better this time.
Yep. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks a lot, man.
All right, brother. Well, you have a good, Christmas and good Christmas vacation. We're going to take next Friday off in the new year and stuff, and then the following Friday we'll bring us all back in and have a new podcast for the new year.
All right. Sounds good, bro.
All right, brother.
Happy holidays, guys.
Yep, you too, man. All right, well, now that we found out why Pete is really missing, hopefully his girlfriend doesn't listen to this and find out that he's skipping this to give him a better chance of not getting yelled at for his girlfriend for being sick. Yeah, better justification for missing holidays with his girlfriend's family. That's crafty, man. Wow.
That's all I got out of that conversation.
That was it, man.
That's what I'll remember.
You could definitely tell Pete is sick. I'll give him that. He didn't necessarily sound it when he started getting a little passionate, but if Pete wasn't sick got a little bit more passionate about this game, I think.
Yeah.
So you can definitely tell he's under the weather, but
his judgment wasn't clouded, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I think his fever's going down. Yeah, that's what's going on.
I got you. But yeah, man, we got some do some kind of quick fire Christmas questions you had?
Yeah, let's do Christmas. Do this Christmas special here.
Okay.
So, got these Christmas games coming up that we were talking about. I'll just ask a few questions here, see what your thoughts are, see where we differ. What do you think, which game out of these 5 is going to have the highest scoring total? What's going to be the big offensive game?
Man, I got to go with the Warriors-Lakers.
Yeah?
Yeah, I feel like that game, both offensive firepower. Lakers never play defense. Warriors defense really hasn't been that great this year, and both of them, are definitely in the higher, probably at least top 10 scoring this year. I mean, both of them have been tearing it up, so
yeah,
I think that game is probably going to reach some crazy amount.
Yeah, I think so. Could be. Lakers haven't been scoring a lot lately.
No?
I mean, they've been doing well, but it hasn't been those 130 games or something we've been having. But
I feel like the rest of these teams...
Warriors are the Warriors, and the Lakers' defense,
yeah,
is off and on, so that could be it. It's funny. I think what could be, you could see Knicks-Bucks getting up there, honestly.
Yeah, no, it could definitely be.
Giannis could be going off. The Knicks' defense is trash. The Knicks' team is trash, but,
That's
things
true.
come together and they keep it close. That could be in the 120s.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That's the only thing that could save that game.
Who do you have? Do you have right? Do you have...
I think I'd have to go with you on Warriors Lakers. Yeah.
Yep.
Especially Christmas Day. Well, which game then? Talking about scoring, which game will have the biggest margin of victory? Are there going to be any blowouts?
Oh man, I think if I'm going to go with one, I think the Bucks. I think the Bucks blow out the Knicks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I think there's a possibility, in all honesty, if Harden doesn't go off, I think the Thunder could also possibly blow out the Rockets.
See, that's the game that I had.
I could see that, man.
Thunder, Rockets, not only, if the Thunder's going off, they have that great defense, but if they're going off and Harden is just trying to keep up, and they're just firing threes, it could get up there.
Yeah, I just can't see anybody on New York covering Giannis, slowing the Greek Freak down, man. I just can't see that. So I think that's going to be a major smackdown.
Yeah, the blowout. I think I might go with Thunder Rockets.
Yeah.
I think Thunder's going to destroy them.
Yeah.
But if they're clanging threes off the rim and Harden's turning the ball over 10 times or something like that, I mean, you get the bright lights on him, and so many times this sort of thing has happened.
For sure.
There's no CP3. I could see it. So, which player is going to have the biggest game on Christmas? Who do you think is going to have the biggest game?
Man, that's a good question. I'm gonna go with.
No.
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Kyrie Irving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just have a feeling that this
is all
dude.
Gut feeling.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a gut feeling thing, man. I just got a weird feeling that Kyrie's gonna blow up in this game.
I hope so. He's on my fantasy team.
Yeah,
it's good for me.
I say he drops at least 40, if not goes for close to 50.
Doing some research for these Christmas questions and stuff like that, not many players have dropped 40 plus on Christmas Day.
Really?
There's only so many. Yeah. So
it's interesting. What about you? Who do you got? Who's dropping? Who's having a huge game?
Russell Westbrook. Talking about the Thunder again. And Russell Westbrook's not my favorite player either. I don't think he's yours. But
no,
I could see that happening. If they really, it feels like Christmas Day, big game, and even if they're really laying the smackdown on the Rockets, I could see them just not letting off the gas pedal. And Russell Westbrook, there's something about him, he goes off in all-star games and stuff. I could really see his shot just starting to fall, and he just really puts on a show.
Over under 25 points for Russ.
Over.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Over 25 points. Triple-double then, you think?
Yeah. I'd say he has a 35-point triple-double. Christmas
Damn.
Day.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be huge.
Well, which player do you want to have a huge game? I know what you're going to say.
Yeah. Man,
LeBron James.
Yeah, right. Hope LeBron James comes down with the flu.
Oh.
Let him hang out with his family on that day or something.
Hey, there you go.
So
He'll take the Pete defense.
yeah. No, man, Dame Dollar, dude. I would love to see Dame blow up. It's not often, the Blazers. It's been almost a decade back in 2010 since the Blazers have been able to play on Christmas Day. So I would love to see Dame represent. He's, an underdog type of dude. So the fact that they're giving the Blazers some love and allowing them to play on Christmas Day, I think Dame's going to show up. And I hope he does, man. I hope he has a massive one.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah. Let's see. What player do I want to have a huge game? I'm not going to say LeBron. I want, on my team, because, I play for the Lakers, right?
Pretty much.
On my favorite team, I want Brandon Ingram to have a big game on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
I just really want it to happen. All these trade talks, then he's coming back from injury, and it's like, the guy's so good. I love that dude. I've been worried about him not being on the team next year, and I'm about ready to order a jersey.
Dude, I feel I would not. I would not.
Gone.
Yeah, I would not order a jersey if I were you.
Yeah,
I feel bad for you, man, because
I want him to have a big Christmas Day game, though.
Yeah, you are one of those guys that is staying loyal to some of those players and some of those draft picks that you guys have utilized to get some of these guys, and I feel bad for you, man, because now that it's the LeBron show, it's like those dudes are, in all honesty, pretty much non-existent, and they're just pieces to whatever. It's a game of chess, man, and whatever LeBron needs.
Plus,
those
now
guys are
that
going to become
Ingram's
pawns,
been out,
dude.
And Kuzma's been playing well with LeBron, and LeBron's always talking about how much he loves playing with Lonzo.
Yeah,
hey, my guy's the odd man out.
Yeah, I think
on a show and
if they make
his mark.
Yeah, I think if they make a trade, it's going to involve Ingram. It might involve Lonzo. I think those are the two dudes. I don't see Kuzma being the guy because he fits the most with LeBron James.
And I like Kuzma.
Stretch
I like all
the floor.
My guys, but
for sure.
I like everyone on that team except Lance Stevenson. But
yeah, make him dance, Lance.
But
don't buy a jersey, man.
That's
don't buy
what
a jersey.
I'm rooting for. I'll at least have a white T-shirt. I'll just draw number 14 on it.
That's
I'll
much
wear
better.
that Christmas Day. Yeah,
I like it.
All right. Well, last thing personal. Do you have a favorite NBA Christmas memory?
Man, Christmas Day NBA. Like I said, the Blazers.
Has the NBA been putting coal in your stocking?
Pretty much, man. I think I occasionally get some Blazers gear. I remember when I was a kid and stuff like that, getting some cool, Blazers jerseys and Blazers shirts, and I was always excited. And I think, I will say, I think one year, my mom and my stepdad down in Southern Oregon, where I grew up, got me tickets to a Blazer game, and they were going to take me to a game. It wasn't on Christmas Day, obviously, because we never get to play. But for Christmas, and so I think for that, as a kid, getting to go up there, and at the time it was the Rose Garden, and getting to watch those games, I think that was probably it. But hopefully, this year can be it. Maybe my wife will buy me some super cool Damian Lillard stuff, and hopefully they show up and blow out the Jazz.
Have they made more Dame Lillard stuff? I think you have it all, right?
Yeah, that's true. I do own.
You already have it.
I own like 3 of each of his shoes.
Right.
So yeah. What about you, man? You got a cool Christmas Day memory?
Yeah, I was thinking about this. It's kind of nice since I've been following the Lakers the past decade or something. I'm an original bandwagoner, but I've been sticking with them. But they always play on Christmas, and I just always remember. It's funny how much the NBA has changed since then. But 2012, I think it's 2012, Lakers Knicks Christmas Day, back at my mom's house before she moved down to Vegas.
Nice.
And Kobe versus Melo. And you don't even think about it now. It's like, it was the 2 top scorers in the league going at each other on Christmas Day, Kobe and Melo.
Man. Yeah.
But Kobe and Powell, and it was a great game. Lakers won. I just always remember that. I think that was one of the first times when I just legitimately told the family, all right, you do what you're doing. I open my present. I'm sitting here watching the game. Don't bother me. And she said,
Right.
Sure, the basement's yours. Crank it up. It was a lot of fun.
That's cool, man.
And the Lakers won. So
yeah, that's awesome.
I like it a lot. Well,
right on, man. Was that the last one? And with a little
that's the
personal
last
one?
question I had,
Cool,
man.
Something
nice for Christmas,
Well, this was fun, Missed PD Pod. Glad we got to get him on there a little bit, but it was cool to do a NBA Christmas Day segment on here, I was excited for those games, and I think anybody who's listening is probably excited for those games as well.
Most wonderful time of the year.
Absolutely,
right?
So everybody, all of our listeners out there, enjoy the holidays with your family. Tweet into us some of the stuff that you guys are doing for Christmas, or some of the games you're looking forward to, or some of your favorite NBA Christmas Day memories, or anything that has to do
funny
with that.
Stories.
Yeah, funny stories, anything. Just like we always say, we want it to be interactive. So if you're listening, get at us, tweet us. We want to conversate with you guys. We try to get back to almost pretty much everybody who tweets to us. We try to get back to them. And, we love interacting with the people that have been interacting with us. So as always, Limitless Range is our Twitter and Instagram. LimitlessRangePodcast.com. You can get to us on there. So, reach out to us, and you guys have an awesome holiday season. We will be taking next week off, right, Doug? We talked about that.
Yeah,
we'll be taking.
gone.
Yeah. So New Year's, wrapping up, almost New Year's Day. So we'll be, what'll it be like, the 6th or something like that, maybe 5th or 6th. We'll be back.
Jeez.
What is that Friday? Let's look that up.
Pull out the phone, man.
Yeah, let me look it up real quick. We can pull it up.
But it's gonna be nice. Give everyone a break.
Yeah.
We'll have hopefully bring in some questions or something like that.
Yeah, we'll definitely tweet
see in 2019.
Yeah, we'll definitely tweet out that week and let everyone know that we're coming back, and you guys can jump on with some questions. It's going to be the 4th, Friday the 4th.
Friday the 4th.
So it's going to be that weekend. We'll have another one out. Hopefully, PD Pod will be back and off from his, hopefully he's not on vacationing at the North Pole or something and not going to be able to make it. So, so we'll be back the 4th. Everyone enjoy their holidays, bring in the new year with some celebrations. And as always, we appreciate our listeners. Dougie Fresh, thanks for jumping on with us today. And as always, Rip City.
Yeah, Lake Show.